What's this? Well, this is a calculator that I got recently, and it's a bit of a strange one. It's made by Lexon, which is a luxury brand, I believe, from France. And it's a clock, and it's got a calendar function, so there's a date there as well. But strangely, it's a many time zone calculator. Well, clock. But it is also a calculator with a memory function and, well, percentage and the basic 4 functions to go with that. It's also a currency exchange machine, which I'm not entirely sure how to operate due to not having a manual for it. Now, the other thing that's weird about it is that it's in a very, very sturdy, very heavy cast aluminium case, which you'd sort of expect from a luxury brand. I mean, this does not feel flimsy at all. In fact, if you drop that on your toe, I think your toe would lose. Now, for a luxury brand, you'd sort of expect that when you opened it up, and in order to change the battery on this, you've got to actually open it up. There is no battery compartment. You've got to take the screws out, which are in the front, which I quite like, but again, a bit of a strange decision there. Why wouldn't you just put them in the back? And you open it up, and there's the casting. I mean, it's sturdy. But then you look at the circuit board, and I think by no means is this a sort of luxury circuit board, because the soldering on these surface mount, I think they're capacitors maybe, might be resistors, it's terrible. And the soldering on the battery clip is even worse, because I couldn't actually get a battery to fit in there because it's been soldered down very, very tightly to the board. I didn't want to force it too much, and it works with the battery half out like that. The PCB's got Lexon on it. It says AQ342D with an AD2000. I don't know if that's a serial number, I doubt it. It's probably just a PCB number and maybe a model number. And that's all there is. There's a PCB and there's a blob over a die there, and the LCD. Again, strange decision. I mean, it is held in with a rubber pad here, but that's just sellotape holding it in there to the front of the calculator. And I think that is actually there. That is actually the LCD glass on the front of that calculator. There's no protection at all for the LCD. So they've gone to the expense of a very, very nice aluminium case. And actually the keyboard's quite nice. It's a sort of squishy carbon contact jobby. And then let it down a bit with the inside, which you are going to see. You're going to open this up to change the battery, and it's, well, for me that's a bit of a letdown with the sellotape and the really, really horrible soldering there. I was hoping for something a little bit more reusable inside. I was a bit surprised to see that they had essentially it must be a custom chip, or maybe there's someone who supplies a clock calculator currency converter IC. Another strange decision is there's a reset button here which is on the front, so they've sort of made a feature of that and not put it on the back, which is what you'd expect. You'd sort of expect the screws and the reset to be on the back and then keep the just your logo on the front really, or even put that on the back. So yeah, it's interesting but disappointing at the same time, and well, for me anyway. I mean, some people probably wouldn't care about that, but it doesn't really look as nice inside as it does outside. The other thing that is a bit strange about it is that I can find no information about it at all. I don't know what the model number is. The only thing I know is that it's made by Lexon, and it does sort of match the other products that they've made. So I've got no manual for it, so I'm not really sure how to use the currency conversion and whether there are other features to this calculator. So if anyone's got the manual, I'd be quite interested in seeing it and getting a copy of it, because at the moment I can use it as a clock. You press the clock button and it's a clock, and you press the calculator button and it is a calculator. most of the time. There you go, the keyboard does require a bit of a shove sometimes. It's undone at the moment. But the currency conversion, not really too sure how that works. It'd be nice to know how that actually functions.